Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So in this one I want to talk about staying positive as a vegan, because I think as a vegan, as much as there's a lot of beautiful things that come, there can be a lot of challenges we face, a lot of obstacles, a lot of social pressure, a lot of suffering we have to deal with, and a lot of frustration with the world. So I wanted to give some advice on that and how it can be as positive as possible. So the first thing that can get us down is the social pressure that comes with being different. I think as soon as you become vegan, most people are going to give you a lot of strange questions. They're going to give you a lot of strange looks. You're going to get a lot of alienation from the people around you, whether it's at work, whether it's family or friends. And you have to kind of deal with that and learn to stay positive in spite of people criticizing you and not understanding the way you live. And obviously most everyday life situations, like at work or at school, we don't have the opportunity to explain veganism in depth, and we don't have the chance to show people the footage and the information, and most people don't want to listen and don't want to see. And some people will be quite respectful to you, but you'll definitely find a lot of people who will say very nasty things and will try and criticize you, will try and change you, will try and defend their lifestyle and become defensive. There'll be people who will ask you questions and not listen, and you'll end up in a situation where you feel like no one really wants to know about veganism and no one's ready to accept it yet. And it will make you frustrated because you have found this truth, you found a lot of information, you found a lot of compassion in yourself and taken action on it. And for most vegans, you want to change the world around you and inspire others, but realizing that people don't want to listen can get us down in a lot of ways. So for me, I think the way I deal with people's negativity and people's ignorance is to try and educate in every opportunity possible, and to try and realize that people don't mean to harm you. They're very scared and very fearful in their life, and the truth that you speak and the truth that you live threatens their ignorance, and the cognitive dissonance is difficult for them to handle. So you poke at the things that they're not ready to deal with yet. And I think what I've realized is that most vegans were the same as that. We didn't realize that, all the things that happen to animals in the industries. We didn't realize that you could be vegan and be healthy and be happy, and that it was possible, and that you can enjoy your life. And because of that fear and misunderstanding, when people speak to vegans and try and have a conversation with them, their defensiveness is going to come out through their excuses and reasons. And it's very easy to get angry at people for having these excuses, but for most of us, we had the exact same things in our head because the culture and the society around us is brainwashed into believing a lot of lies, because it's very convenient to the companies that want to sell the lies and the products for us to believe these things. And we've been taught incorrect nutrition that's brainwashed into thinking that you can't be healthy as a vegan, and as a result of that, people are very scared. So you have to realize that if people are suffering so much that they need to tell you horrible things about your lifestyle and try and control you, it usually comes from a place of fear, because they're not ready to deal with the information that you're trying to share with them, because it tugs at too much shame, too much guilt within them to realize that if you're eating meat, dairy and eggs, you are paying people to kill and torture and exploit in industries that are destroying the planet and will eventually destroy our health. And I think once you try and explain that to people, you're going to get a lot of backlash, and people will try and throw a lot of excuses at us. But we can shine above it by knowing that we have the truth, and not by being arrogant, by being humble enough to listen. And I think if you can listen to people and understand where they're coming from and explain your point of view, you can inspire people and help people think, and give people the seeds to be able to to make those decisions on their own based on the way they think about the world. So for me, it's really important to have compassion for people who aren't vegan and realize that even if they're horrible and mean and cruel and do things that we see as wrong, just realizing that it's not our fault that we got corrupted by all these lies and misinformation. And we do have an opportunity to inspire and help pull people out of the dark, corrupted state of mind where we think that it's okay to kill. And living in a mindset where you accept killing as a way of life for survival, it destroys our minds. And I think if we can do our best to pull people out of that, then we'll definitely create a more beautiful world. So for me, I think one of the biggest things I've struggled with is looking at the animal slaughterhouse footage, reading about what happens to them, watching the documentaries, and even in person going and seeing the animals, to see that and realize that every second of every day, billions and billions of animals, all over the world, in the oceans, in the slaughterhouses, on the farms, they're being tortured, slaughtered and killed, and it's because of humanity's greed. And for us to really think about that, if you don't get moved to frustration and sadness and anger, then you haven't fully confronted it. What we need to do to stay positive in that is to realize that we as individuals can't be responsible for the selfish mistakes that humanity's made. And I think it's really easy to get down by feeling like we're not changing the world and like nothing's going to change and like it's going to stay like that forever. But if you can empower yourself to find an outlet to share the veganism, whether it's online or with the people around you, so that you can be that inspiration, where every day you can share and plant those seeds to others, then you can take comfort in realizing that you are part of a bigger movement that's full of a lot of beautiful change. And if you see in the last few years, there's been so many new developments in the vegan community. There's been people who have made videos and documentaries that have literally changed the world. And collectively we do change the world, and we inspire new products and new ways of thinking and new ideas. And as a result of that, people now know what veganism is. Most people have heard of it, especially in countries like England. And I think because of that progress, we can feel a lot of comfort in realizing that each and every one of us who's decided to become vegan, whatever our reasons are and however long it's been, we are changing the world. And we can all be the change that the world needs. And with our simple actions, create a more compassionate world. So thanks a lot for watching this video. There'll be lots more coming soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.